Hi, my name's Molly Rooke and I'm a third year printmaker at UWIC. Late this year I have mostly been working with the picture postcard and the narratives that surround that. It started off with just a big box of postcards that I bought off the internet, just like 200 random postcards, and just wanted to see how I could explore them and change them and make them my own. And it started off with a basic kind of surface alteration where I just kind of cut into them and cut things out of them and remove objects from them so that they no longer had their original purpose. And that then led on to the integration of characters into the postcards and more of a direct deposit of text onto the postcards to make up new stories. That kind of followed on with zooming in on to the characters and picking them out of the postcards so that they became kind of completely different and were new objects in themselves. I think I chose to zoom in on the characters and then make them really tiny just to kind of balance it out almost. I had a lot of zoomed in kind of large pieces and then I wanted to kind of contrast that with kind of really tiny people to kind of change how you view them, because with the tiny people they don't really come into their own as such. You know they're removed from something, so it's kind of completely different to the original character idea. I'd spoken to a lot of people about working with postcards and why I hadn't sent any as such. I didn't like the idea of sending them out and people getting them and not really knowing why. So I came up with the postcard project as a way of getting a bit of interaction with people, but also having a control over it. I control when I send them all out. They're going to go out as a kind of a group at the end of the show, and it's also a way to kind of get people to, it is the original purpose of the postcard to send them out, so I thought making new postcards from my work and then posting them was kind of the right thing to do at the time. You select a postcard, I think there's something like 20 different sets of postcards, and each has a different set of text from an old postcard that now relates to a new character, and you write your address on it and then maybe pay me a couple of pounds, which would be nice. And then I send them all out at the end of the degree show, and you end up with your own kind of piece of artwork at the end of it. All the writing that I've used has been taken from the backs of the postcards, so nothing's made up as such, but I want to consider maybe then making false postcards almost and consider how that affects them. The one printing process I kind of become most used to was screen printing. I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of a quick, simple way of getting the images I wanted. Especially with depositing text onto the postcards. So this is how I made this piece, by screen printing different text onto the postcards. I found that screen printing was most suitable to my work because I work quite quickly and I didn't like kind of working for ages on a plate and printing it, whereas I'd like to make lots of different things that come together in the end to make one bigger thing. I found difficulties with hanging, kind of deciding what to go in the show, because I had a lot of work that I wasn't sure really how to edit it, but it ended up working quite well, I think.